See 'em? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, it's Dunlap. I'm here to help you with my trusty friend. Introduce yourself, Jackie. Go ahead.
I said my name's Jackie Bros.
Oh, I wasn't listening. I got to get my head in the game.
I said the name of it, and I say my name, and then it's just supposed to be your name, and then we're supposed to do whatever it is we do. But you want to sit here and go on, change the name and say talk that name, and every time.
You're right, Jackie. It does seem there's a little hitch right here when we do this podcast right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Is it something you're doing? Because it's right after you say your name.
No, it ain't me. What I'm doing, it's you. It's all you. You always say it. The first 2 minutes or first minute of someone listen to one of these podcasts is the most important you got, and then you go out of your way to ruin that section of it. Of course, I don't know when it gets good, when it's bad. What
is the part where it really kicks in for us?
I can't answer that. Maybe when we're supposed to talk about the stuff we're supposed to talk about, but maybe not. I don't know. For all I know, people like this. I don't know.
So just introduce yourself and we'll kick it off.
I did it already. I said...
I think it's important for people to know for a new listener, they may not know who you are.
I said it the first, every new person's gone now. The only people left they're gone. They're not here. There's no point doing it again. They left a minute or two ago.
Good. Now we can talk to our friends.
Well, that's who I care about talking to anyway. I like to make new friends, but if you come over here and don't like what you hear, and hit the door, turn the computer button off, do whatever it is you got to do. I don't let the door hit you, or when you close your computer down, hurt your finger.
This is what they say to do: is to run off new listeners in the first 1 to 2 minutes. And then after you spend a good chunk of time doing that, if there's any who stuck around, be sure and tell them off even worse.
Well,
just mop up and say, don't let the door hit you in the ass on your way out. See you later. We only care about people who've been with us since the beginning. We've stayed amazingly consistent with our numbers. Some people say growth is important. Not me. I say treading water ain't so bad when you're doing it with your best friends.
All right. You don't hear me complaining.
And that's y'all.
Yeah.
And us.
Appreciate H&R water. Yeah.
Jackie, I want to just start off. Some people may be traveling to Murfreesboro via car or airplane full of violent, angry anti-vaxxers. And was on their way to Murfreesboro.
No, first off, let me tell everybody, don't come, but go ahead.
On their way to Murfreesboro, they may pass through a town. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's sort of a suburb of Murfreesboro, a little town, sort of a little tourist trap called Nashville, Tennessee.
I am.
Jackie, have you ever heard of Nashville, Tennessee?
Suburb. One of the more busiest suburbs of Murfreesboro, yeah.
They have a little music industry there. They have a little tourism business there. They have a little drinking problem there. And sometimes they all get together and form the transportainment business, or as the Nashville scene calls it, the transpotainment business. The New York Times had an article today. You've been up there, ain't you, Jackie? Like when they driving them tractors around full of drunk people, bachelorette parties, people puking and wearing Trump hats?
No, I heard about it, but no, I don't. I don't go around it. No.
This is a good article. It talks about, we're just giving people some tips in case you're coming to Murfreesboro, which please don't. And if you pass through the little hamlet of Nashville, you might see people wearing T-shirts like this woman in tank top says, "Let's get nasty." They profile a woman who runs the big green tractor company named Ronnie Heatherly, which has to be a fake name. It sounds like that's one of the characters in the movie Nashville, right? But they do say, I just wanted to read this one part. It sounds as terrible as it sounds. And I realize it does sound terrible to have rolling tractors full of drunk tourists yelling at you, wooing at you, falling off of tractor trailers and getting run over, which happened back in June. To me, it sounds equally terrible and awesome. Like, I like to be able to make fun of these people and mock them and say, "Get out of my town." But I also want to be up there drinking in a "Let's Get Nasty" T-shirt, puking, mooning people, humping a stripper pole. These are things I do for fun already. So I just want to say it's okay. I know there's a lot of people in Tennessee reading this article going, "Oh, I can't believe this. I just can't believe this." And I just want to give you permission to say, but part of it seems fun.
There's the people that they're writing about, whoever wearing that T-shirt you talk about, who does the article come from? A New York Times? That's a badge of honor. They're going to be, look, New York don't like me going out and having a good time, getting drunk, throwing up. Well, by God, New York, I'm going to wipe my rear end with this, stick it up here. New York, fancy New York, fancy New York. Who else come from New York? Somebody come from New York, isn't there?
No, I don't think so.
Somebody from New York
who ruined the country and
bottom line. But anyhow,
took up a big chunk of my brain for about 5-6 years. I don't think I can't place them if they was.
But anyhow, aside from me, I'm New York full of elitists, yeah. You come down here and tell me I can't get on a tractor drunk as hell and do what I want to do.
That's how we got the Delta variant. Now we're going to have a tractor party bus variant.
I know it.
Which we probably already got. But I just mean now we're going to have even more people starting. Look, all you need to, okay, let's say that there's a rusted out 70s era van in your buddy Paul's backyard. Cut the top off of it, get it running, put up a stripper pole and a keg. You got yourself a small business. You don't even got to clean the rust off of it. Call it Rusty Van Party Rides. Get on Instagram. That's all you got to do. But here's the thing, Jackie. Here's the trick of it. There's that part, the elitist part, New York Times saying, "Look at these crazy Nashville tourist party buses." And then the rest of the article, it just get like this guy. You can have a fun, entertaining, unique experience here. Butch Spiridon said, the chief executive of the Nashville Convention and Visitors Corporation. Butch Spiridon. That also sounds like a made-up name. None of these people are real. They just made all this shit up. But the alleged Butch Spiridon says, "There's nothing unique about downing 12 White Claws at 3 p.m. in 95-degree heat." He's right that there's nothing unique about it, from my perspective. And also, but he's wrong with that fucking attitude he's got. By the time I got to the end of this article, I was like, I want to live on a party bus. This is like Harper Valley PTA wrote this shit. "Oh, let's not drink. Oh, women shouldn't go woo." Like, fuck you.
Hey.
Yes, sure. A 22-year-old man fell off a party bus and then the bus ran over his legs. We all hope he's fine here at Red State Update.
Well, yeah.
A petition circulated blaming the vehicle for causing causing a bigger hangover than they're worth. Anyway, read the article. I'm not going to read the whole article on here, but I did want to there's just this one part I wanted to read here. Nashville will always be a lively place, the elitist writer says, and the riders on party vehicles have been an ingredient in the city's success. Those woo girls are literally the heartbeat of our economy, Mr. Lyon said. If someone's looking for quiet Mayberry, you move to Brentwood. You move to Franklin. I said Mayberry, not Assholeberry.
Hey.
That's pretty much it. Party bus. Why have I not started my own party bus yet?
So wait till people get vaccinated, but that ain't ever going to happen here in Tennessee.
There's a big, this is on a Tennessee Holler on Twitter. They got a big, there's a party bus they call the Big Rona. They flaunt it. I mean, you're not going to stop people. Listen, if you're going to Nashville to get on a party bus that says, let's get nasty, and you're selling drinks, you're getting people drunk on a bus so they can ride around downtown Nashville and woo. They're not right now in 2021. Like if you say, and you'll get coronavirus, I say, yeah. I don't understand it. It's an incentive.
That's part of the fee. You guarantee me a drink, good time, and coronavirus?
When I was a teenager, this is the genius part of this too. And then we'll move on from transpotainment. Is that when I was a teenager, we'd go up to downtown Nashville, like, big city. We drive around there, and there's nothing really to look at. Like a river, more fast food restaurants, which is great. A White Castle on Broadway. I mean, Murfreesboro got a White Castle. They closed that White Castle down. Did you know that?
Why did they close it down for?
I don't know. I mean, it couldn't have been making people sick because could it have made more people sick than coronavirus?
Hell,
you got to be a pretty bad restaurant to close down a coronavirus for making people sick.
Just don't see closing down a White Castle. I don't see the point of that.
Maybe they opened it up somewhere else. I don't know. It's hard to get out these days because
I ain't going nowhere. I like it, but I ain't going. Yeah.
So there's a few things to see down there, but nothing you would get on. I mean, getting on a bus and riding around drinking is its own entertainment. But the thing they did was now everybody down there is drunk. So you're riding around looking at other people drunk. And you're looking at drunk people on another thing that they're riding around. It's like you built a zoo in a zoo. And then like another zoo beside that zoo and give the gorillas unlimited drinks. So you got something to look at. Other drunk people. Honestly, you could just line the street with mirrors, and I don't think anybody would have caught on. So that is transpotainment until I figure out my own party bus. Maybe I'll just ride around Murfreesboro, Jack. You people around here.
Don't make things worse than it is. Just, no. Like I said, maybe when everything's better, people are going to drink, get crazy, but in the middle of the damn pandemic. But that ain't, I just realize, you ain't nothing you're going to be able to do about any of this till we get how many damn variants of this, variants of that will eat through whatever vaccine they give us, whether we get a boosters or whether we don't get a boosters, which I got mine. I'm old enough to get one. Biden said everybody going to get one. Then everybody said that the hell we are. Not everybody, but a lot of people said the hell I ain't got the first one yet. And then the Food Drug Administration come out and said, the hell you are going to give everybody one. But if you're sick and old, go get it. I'm both.
I heard that we're buying up more vaccines to send to the rest of the world. That's good. Because I don't I'm glad I'm glad we're saying that clearly. I'm glad we're coming out and saying that forcefully, because I don't have a fucking clue what's happening over here.
All right. Hey, watch your mouth.
Jackie, what did Biden fuck up this week? It's fun. Is it fun to kind of be like that again, Jackie? Just be like, remember how we used to just bash Democrats all the time? Oh, liberals, fuck them. Remember how you'd come on? And
didn't say it that way, but yeah.
And now we can go, Biden fucking up.
Hey.
And again, I want to say clearly and forcefully that we support Joseph Biden. What's his name? Joseph Robinette Biden.
Whatever it is, yeah.
On this podcast, and we hope he feels better. But he is fucking up. He's fucking it up.
Don't say it that way, but yeah, yes.
If he ain't fucking up, who's in charge of making sure we don't think he's fucking up? That means he's fucking up. If we're sitting here after Trump going, shit, he's fucking up, somebody's job is in trouble because they are not making us think he ain't fucking up. We should be on here going, Biden's doing a great job, which, of course, is clearly, forcefully, he is doing a great job. The tasks he's been handed, after the last 4 years, unbelievable challenges ahead, and he, for a man 103 years old, is rising to them admirably. I just want to say, though, also, in addition to that, fucking up. What did he fuck up? He fucked up Afghanistan. He fucked France, which that's okay. That's pretty cool.
Well, I ain't going to lose any sleep over him, over that one.
I don't even understand this. Like, Australia, now this will turn out to be something. We'll be like, laugh about it later. Be like, this was one of the most racist things this administration's ever done. Be like, fuck, I didn't even see it. God damn it, another thing. I like the fact that this sounds like something made up. Sounds like a made up scandal in a movie with no stakes, where the president is like, we were going to sell nuclear submarines to Australia with England, and now France is mad. Like that, doesn't that sound like something?
Also, it's because there are no stakes and it's something just easily dealt with. It seems like there's something you could have done to appease France before this guy to pull a damn ambassador. Get home, get your ass back home. Yeah. It just seems like something avoidable. Why would you let this? Were you really going to make hell with France? Man, I don't know what the hell happened.
Why didn't France pull their ambassador out after 4 years of fucking Trump?
I know.
Well, how about after 1-6, France be like, you know what? Let's just send a message to the international community that maybe France needs to be fucked.
Hey.
Like they wouldn't have done this during Trump because it wouldn't have mattered. Because it'd be like, oh, yeah, well, we're lucky the world is still standing. But now we should be grateful to Biden that we can luxuriate in this scandal where France is mad about nuclear submarines. Like 3 years from now, we'll be at war with China over the Australian submarine incident. And people will be playing this clip of us on Twitter.
Well, right now, this seems just like money to me. You ain't part of the deal. This deal, that's it. That's what it seemed like to me. But above my pay grade, but it seemed like it's something like it could have been avoided. Why'd you let this?
Booster shots.
Yeah, why would you come out in front of that before it? You let them. You're the one. You got up there and you said we're gonna follow science to a T. We're the ones that Trump all of them, which they're right about them, ignorant as hell. They're absolutely right, but we're gonna. Fauci, get out there, say whatever you want. I ain't going to hold. But maybe somebody needs to tell Biden not to get out there and say whatever he wants.
Now, maybe.
Avoidable. Well, there's no point in it.
That's the thing.
Just give, and I don't think it's a big damn deal because, either going to get a booster or you ain't. I don't think it's like, you ain't making the deal. It just looks all confused, and then you give the other side everything to jump on, and you run with it. So in this particular case, I don't think who gives a damn. He said this and it's that.
Yeah, who cares?
The people mad about it ain't ever going to get vaccinated no how. So what do they care? Well, they care what date he says.
I mean, he didn't say take 3 parts Tang and 1 part Drano, shake it up, put a little milk in there. You'll be fine. No COVID. COVID cure is what I call it. He didn't say anything like that.
No.
He's trying to help people like get booster shots. He's trying to proactively, and then what happens? Maybe he gets a little ahead of the mess. I don't fucking know. Also, are we mad at this because we've been watching Fox News and the Fox News message is getting into our news feeds? Is this the headlines we're picking up on? Are we being unfair to Joe Biden? Even though somebody should be heading this shit off at the pass, maybe it's impossible. Tan suit.
Well, everybody can get on him for killing more people over in Afghanistan didn't need to be killed. This what concerned me. And of course, people talk about certainly on the Trump press, enemy of the people, whatnot. You gonna tell me that the military would have told us that they made this mistake if it hadn't been the press hounding on them the whole damn time about it? I don't know if we know about it.
They didn't confirm it for a long time, right? Am I right?
A long time. We didn't say that. No, they had to, is what I'm saying. Yeah, they didn't confirm it for a while. They blew up the wrong people. They wanted it to be something that it wasn't, and they killed innocent people, children, the whole bit.
This is what we should be criticizing presidents for. This seems like a typical for the last few presidents. We had a lot of people getting killed for no reason in other parts of the world. And this is where it seems like, okay, not that this is a good thing, but it's just you can say, okay, we're going to concentrate on don't kill brown people in Muslim parts of don't do that anymore. Maybe let's not do that for a while, take a break. And instead of every day having to worry about what a 3-ring circus of murderers, racists, and con men in a White House. So maybe the fact that we can concentrate on, France scandal, that sounds crazy. I'm going to read an article on it. Or instead, like on Twitter, like every minute, are the missiles in the air? And yes, this is a tragedy, typical tragedy. But at least we can concentrate on this one thing. Like maybe this is good because the outcry over it could possibly make a difference. Whereas before it was just nonstop outcry over everything. How could any of that make a difference? And somehow they had it all ginned up where every time there's outcry, people like Trump would go, oh, here we go with more outcry. And then they would just do more stuff that caused the outcry. Does that make any sense? Because I feel like I'm losing my mind.
We all lost our damn mind. Everybody crazy. Trying to make sense of crazy, it makes you crazy. That's what the country going through right now. None of it don't make a damn bit of sense.
Yeah, it's true. We're trying to get back on our feet. We're trying to get this country back up and running. Biden is doing a great job, but Biden is fucking up, Jackie.
I know,
15,000 Haiti migrants under a bridge in Texas. This sounds like something they would have made up on Fox News. Guess what? It ain't made up. And Biden tried, we like to help people who need help in this country. That's why we're putting them all on planes and getting them the hell out of here. Haiti, here you go.
They can take back to Haiti. Most of them ain't lived in Haiti in 10, 15 years, something like that.
They've been in South America.
Live in South America.
Working their way. They left after the last big earthquake in Haiti. But no one had murdered the president yet. So now they're just dropping them off. Hey, we're just going to, hey, look who we found. They're back. Haiti's like, we ain't even got, where are they going to live?
you can't make a big deal about it, which you should be doing. But I'm saying you can't make a big deal about taking Afghanistan refugees in. We're doing the right thing, and then be putting Haitians on a plane and dropping them off in the middle of nowhere, as far as they're concerned.
Now, look, this is a mess because there's 15. The town of Del Rio, Texas, is 30,000, 40,000 people. It's 10. It's not funny. I don't know. This is if Trump was in charge of this. This is how it's different. If Trump were in charge of this, he'd be going, "Oh, we got to get rid of them, put them in jail, take the kids, keep them in the river, whatever, terrible things," and we'd all be mad at Trump, and nothing would happen with the actual problem. But now we expect something to happen with the actual problem. We don't have the diversion of being mad at Trump, so we can watch when nothing good happens, which nothing great really seems to be happening. And people who hate Biden have been saying all along the way he's handling stuff, not just Republicans, but lefties say the way he's handling stuff at the border ain't great. Then their message gets mixed together, and you don't know, are the lefties taking Fox News stuff? Is Fox News taking lefty stuff? But you don't know anymore, folks, who to listen to. There's a crisis at the border, and Biden's fucking it up and doing a great job, except on this part, which it seems like he's fucking it up. Yeah. I don't know what you do here. I'm sure there's a humanitarian answer. Maybe I should stop saying Biden's fucking things up and look for that.
Hey, just say it a different way.
Biden's messing shit up bad.
All right, I'll tolerate that better than the other. Yeah.
Like a motherfucker.
All right.
Also, like, how old is Joe Biden? 97?
Something like that. He up there, yeah.
If you were a 97-year-old man, that's why president's always been old to me, but Joe Biden, 97-year-old man, somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, there's 15,000 Haitian migrants under a bridge in Texas." What do you want me to do? I'm 97 years old. But you're the president. Yeah, I'm a 97-year-old president. What? I can't. I'm losing my balance when I try to stand up. You want me to go to Texas? How the hell am I gonna? I don't remember. Where's my pill thing? What's today? Did I take this pill? There's 3 pills in Wednesday.
Now, look, you doing ageism. I agree with you. We don't need to have somebody, that at least looks at old. Biden looks at 100 and whatever. Oh, like, yeah. But now Fauci, he's on TV left and right. He's on everything. He's everywhere saying, get vaccinated, avoid being assassinated, with, his family being attacked.
Uh-huh.
And he's hustling through it. You ever
he's
see
running?
You ever see him slouching or just Fauci don't seem with it right now? What's wrong with him?
Nope.
He always he's 80 years old.
Fauci no slouching. There's no slouching on Fauci.
Yeah.
He is out there Fauci, not slouching. Folks, he switch him. Again, on this podcast, in this house, we support Joseph Robinette Biden.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job, despite all the fuck ups. He's nailing it. But we've decided we're just going to switch. Let Biden come out and talk about the coronavirus, and then Fauci run the country. That would also, the extra benefit, people on Fox hate Fauci more than they hate Biden.
Yeah.
That's like the one person.
And they pretty much already switch him up back and forth. In their mind, there ain't no difference between the two. Yeah.
So I might as well just let him go down to you're right. He's in great shape when he's at the mall and and he thinks somebody's been following him. He runs serpentine, so he gets extra steps in. You're right.
He's 80 years old. He 80. He need to get his booster.
Do you think he got his booster?
I think he said he ain't got it yet, but he's going to. He's waiting to see what the FDA said and all that.
I was watching him last time he was on the news. I was looking at his mouth for telltale signs of iodine. I didn't see any.
Well, good. Yeah.
Yeah. So Biden fucking up climate change. There's nothing he can do about it. He's too late.
That's the other thing. People saying, "Oh, he got his hands full. There's hurricane here and a fire. What's he going?" I'm like, that's every day. We could have done something about that. That time has passed. Get used to that. How's the president going to deal with all that? It's like the president dealing with whatever happens on Wednesday, because that's what it is now. So that ain't going to be no different for any president coming along. We done messed it up. It's what it is. Get used to it. Just like school shootings, like when the Barrett, if we, at least that'll keep a bunch of kids getting killed from bullets in a way. They're used to it. It's just what it is.
It's hard to shoot in a tornado, I think.
Yeah.
Although I think that was one of Brian Kemp's campaign ads. Is his name Brian Kemp? He looks like a Brian.
He looked like a Brian Kemp. Yeah.
I think that's a Brian Kemp. Now it's, we've waited too long. Now it's God that you got to be. You can't ask Biden at a press conference, what are we going to do about the fires? Like, that's all on God now. You got to ask God that.
If you'd have gone back and asked, they might have been able to do something at this point, especially because it's 96. But still, regardless of how old he is, nothing to do about it. That time come and gone. This is what it is. Yeah.
God ain't taking questions. So, sorry, kids. Oh, they're going to play this clip on Twitter, too. There's stuff we can do.
What is it?
I'm just saying. I wanted to say that there's stuff we could do so people don't get mad at us for giving up the game.
Oh, yeah.
But look, again, we're bashing Biden, and then we're doing the work of the conservatives for him. We shouldn't do that. They got this rumor going around and they put the mute button on on Biden when he's talking.
Whoever's job that is, I saw a senator ask him, who's the job that hits a button when it talks? Well, they ain't doing a damn good job of it, are they? In September 20, we're all, shit, hit it. Hear my language. September 20. Did he say September 20? Who's working the button? It ain't just that Republican senator. It's every Democrat must be wanting that too if it's real. Because they sure as hell ain't doing a job.
Hell, half the time when I grab a remote control, I hit the mute button accidentally myself. Trying to turn it up or down. Maybe that's what's happening. I mean, that senator's old too. Who was that senator? One of the dumb old ones.
Well, he used to be, I can't forgive me for not, having a political parkish and not knowing any other name.
I can tell you.
He was one of the Republicans. I think it was considered a legitimate politician at one time, but that's all that, ain't none of them left. That's gone. Because this is what he's talking about now, which turned out to be some damn, like it always seems to be. Well, how'd this start? And as soon as someone says, well, a YouTube video, I'm like, all right. But that's had, there's a YouTube video that turned the power off and they get, but hell, half the time I've seen Biden doing a live press conference and he just starts walking toward the person, the microphone. I said, I can't hear you because the microphone's up on the thing and he just wandering off talking to who he wants to. So, I mean,
it's like a Jim Carrey routine.
I don't know what button you hit to help with that.
Idaho Senator Jim Risch.
Yeah.
Risch. I mean, aren't they rationing hospital care in Idaho?
It's bad. Yeah.
I think maybe he needs to.
He should probably worry about that. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Instead of the mute button. But, you got Blinken up there. What else you going to ask him about? Let's make something up. That's also like
there's a legitimate with how bad Afghanistan is going, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
For 20 years it's bad. I don't remember it ever being good. You got him there. You're supposed to ask him about that. Ask him.
You gave him out.
I'm on the side. Get him.
You let Blinken off a hook. You could have nailed him on a bunch of shit. And instead you're like, tell me about the mute button.
The real stuff that he should be being criticized for, the screw up over there, and guess what's going to be on the news? Of course, that's all you want. You don't care about that stuff.
That's true. They want the made up stuff.
You want to be a YouTube video just like the thing that started it all.
Idaho allows overwhelmed hospitals to ration care if needed. FYI. If you're headed to Idaho, and if you're headed to a hospital in Idaho, you might want to think twice. I know there's not a lot else to do, but you might just want to think twice before you go to that Idaho hospital. Jackie, we could also talk about the 9/18 rally. Big conservative let's rally in support of the 1/6 terrorists. They had, Jackie, just so many just people there that were probably numbered into the 18.
Didn't nobody go to that? Yeah.
Nobody went to that.
No.
Nobody got killed, I don't think.
Don't. If you follow everything Trump does, first off, you already have issues. You're already confused. Yeah. Something in the world has done something to you, whether you've been raised a racist, whatever. If it's simple as that, just you being a dumbass, excuse my language, because your parents beat it into you, whatever the hell it is, or you're queuing on, your world don't. So you're already confused. Something in your life ain't right if you hanging on every word of that man. And I think it's the same day they asked him about it, and he said, "Oh, I support him. They need to be there." That's right. That's a good thing. Later on, I'm thinking the same damn day, he's on the radio going, "Oh, it's a setup. If nobody shows up, it's going to be this or that. I make no point." Like, what do? You don't. If you follow, you don't know what to do. Like I said, you're already confused. Are you twice as confused? What the hell am I supposed to do? What you're supposed to do is stop listening to damn Donald Trump.
I think they can probably read into that into the QAnon tea leaves.
Oh, he giving out signals and signals and codes. Well, he said this, but he really meant this. I know. Well, he does that in the damn debate, didn't he? Stand by and he give a wink, and hell, never mind. Again, you can't sit down and rationalize craziness. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it.
There's a Breitbart article that said that liberals are killing conservatives by using reverse psychology on them. Now, they want us to die because when Biden tells us to get vaccinated, they know that there's no way we could do anything Biden says. Was that satire? Now that I think about it, it's like, is that serious? Could that have seriously been an article?
Is Breitbart's known for his satire?
That's good. I mean, for all I know, they have a whole humor section that I just never visited. So I'm going to say, although that's true, I mean, there's truth in that article. It's not like, it's a plan by Nancy Pelosi to get more electoral college vote. It's damn the truth. If Biden tells you to get vaccinated, there's lots of people. The hell I will.
So you're saying the people that you represent are so damn stupid that it's worth dying for if people mock them? I don't.
Not stupid, Jackie. Principled. The Mississippi governor was on Jake Tapper, governor of Mississippi. What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Damn it. It's hard to remember.
I can see his face. He looked like an egg man. He got he put a wig on an egg.
Like
Weeble wobble, whatever it is. He have a suit on.
It does look like a wig on it. His face is
he oval, his whole body oval or something, and he drop it like a.
It does look like a Shelley Duvall fairy tale theater character of some sort, like a king, like it's from a folk tale.
Humpty Dumpty.
Oh yeah, I guess Humpty Dumpty was.
Hey,
Tate Reeves, who I think also ran a car dealership and a country club here in Murfreesboro.
He got quite an achievement right now in Mississippi. It's the most death in the whole Tennessee. Now we're the most contagious. More people getting it here than any place else. But he's got his beat on the dead people. He does.
He spent the whole time talking about how they can't vaccine Biden, run Biden down the road, mandate this, mandate that, the vaccine. Can you believe these people? And then, well, how, sir, do you plan on? Well, I just encouraging people to get vaccinated. 10 minutes of like, don't get vaccinated. They want you to get vaccinated. It's terrible. And then and the only thing we can do is just encourage people. Keep encouraging our citizens to get vaccinated is all we can do.
Well, don't you know when Biden asks you to get vaccinated, it's the end of democracy.
Yeah.
Whereas if I tell you, I'm just trying to help my people out. That's all I'm trying to do.
And I don't really mean
I'm trying to save lives. He's trying to destroy the country. I don't see how anybody can misunderstand that. What did he say? It was power. Is how he said about Biden. He's just trying to shove his weight around. Look how powerful mandated vaccine. Like, no, he first let everybody have a choice and that nobody get it. And everybody dying in your state. I guess they're gonna keep on dying. You know, it depends on who you listen to. I will say this to Mississippi. Don't listen to Biden. Yes, bad. Listen to your governor. Go ahead and listen to Egg. Go listen to him.
Former President Donald Trump reacts to Representative Anthony Gonzalez of Ohio Republican, anti-Trump Republican. He just said he's not going to run. He's his family. He's got to protect his family.
He can't go in the airport without having security with him everywhere. People threaten his life because he voted to impeach the president because, the president started an insurrection. I don't know if y'all remember this.
That was that guy from New York you were talking about earlier. That's who
it was. New York City. He had insurrection, and they attacked police officers. Some people are dead. And, I
don't blame him. It's not just like, well, I don't want to do this anymore. Everybody's calling my office, yelling at me. Can't get on. He's got to go through. He's got to run against. He ain't quitting. He's just not going to run for re-election 2022. And he'd have to run against a Trumpy guy. Who wants to go through that? Who wants to have to argue with a Trumpy person? It's dangerous and it's futile and it's fucking stupid.
Hey.
You're having to...
I can't even talk about it, let alone get on stage with somebody and have a conversation. I run out of breath just me trying to figure it out. I ain't gonna get up there with
Florida chiropractors signed hundreds of mask exemption forms for students. So you can get people, ain't a real doctor to do that.
Evidently. Well, they had to change the rules in Florida. The school board had to figure out, so we got to work around this chiropractor. Because we got to change. We got to do a little modification here because he's writing no mask prescription for all these children who may get really sick and get the family sick. Yeah.
Maybe you know what? Maybe just adjust the neck a little. Get rid of that COVID.
Oh yeah.
This is bad, and I don't.
Is he a folk hero yet? I don't know.
He's got to be.
He got to be Johnny Appleseed in 20 years, and the left, what's left of the people who ain't working.
Now, every evaluation that I performed was very specific of these 650. Every evaluation I performed was very specific, and I performed them in my scope of practice. I had to stay very specific to the diagnoses that were in my wheelhouse. There are plenty that weren't. How many people? What? How many people did he say? I asked a day later by CNN about the exemption forms and whether he had this CNN article. He had examined every child for whom he signed one. He said, "This wasn't about me. This is about parents' freedom." So he changed even to make sure freedom was what he was saying.
Well, at least
but I am curious. He's not in any kind of trouble, right? They just changed the rule. Because can a chiropractor write scripts?
Evidently.
I may need to take a trip to Florida.
I think I can do whatever. Whatever.
I mean, I just like to party. And if I'm going to open up one of these buses, I may need to bring him in as a partner. Dr. Dan Bush, chiropractor Dr. Dan Bush.
Yeah, lots of children have to go chiropractic, right? I thought that's an old person thing.
I don't want to make fun of chiropractors. I don't know nothing.
But I'm just saying they don't usually see healthy young children. That's not like, I don't think if you go chiropractor's office, I'm sure there's some children may have some issues where they had to see it, but mostly it's older people that see a chiropractor. Well, I'm saying, isn't it?
Before Sarasota County changed its mask policy, parents had lined up outside Bush's office waiting his signature.
How much you get paid for this? That's what if he ain't no trouble. What, just a doctor visit, right? You had to pay basically him to go see the doctor so he can write you a thing. So he ain't just standing there willy-nilly writing them. You paying for a doctor visit, seeing him that day to be on the up and up. He's had to examine you and know your medical history in order to write you an exemption for a damn mask. So that's he getting paid for every one of them. That's how this works. Yeah.
It's like them pot doctors they used to have in California. You had to get a fake reason to get pot from a fake real doctor.
Yeah. You still had to pay. Yeah.
And now you can do this here. Hey, pretty smart guy for somebody who ain't a real doctor. I just lined up around the block. Florida chiropractor. So Jackie,
yeah,
I think we're just about done with the news here. Right. Democrats won in California. Newsom beat Larry Elder.
That's over quick. That didn't last long at all. That was an hour or something. It's over with.
But I do want to ask you before we go, how are your balls?
What?
I don't know if you've heard this, Jackie. There's a couple things I picked up on this week. Biden's fucking up.
All right, quit saying that. What'd you say? How's wrong? What's my what?
I need to get in touch with this chiropractor. And your balls, how are they?
My what?
Your balls, your man balls.
All right, shut your mouth.
Jackie, I don't know if you heard this or not, but I heard from a very reputable source that it's possible for your balls to swell up after you get that vaccine. And then you can't.
I ain't going to tell you about something like that happened. I go to the doctor, but I ain't had no reason to go to the doctor. Just between me and my problem and the doctor. Period. Nobody, I ain't going to talk about that on here.
So I'll take that as a confirmation. I'm sorry, Jackie. And you got that booster too.
I said that I ain't had to go to no doctor. As far as someone my age is concerned, I guess all right.
So you got a booster. So you got 3 times the balls you used to have.
Why are you doing this? I ain't going to go on.
Because
if you're going to talk about this.
Favorite pop stars, cousin's friend or friend's cousin. I've already forgotten some of the details. But I remember the gist, which was don't get vaccinated. And if there's anything we want to convey to you today, no, that's wrong. The cult of celebrity. Don't not get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. That what she was saying was that her friend's cousin's balls went crazy after they get vaccinated. That just ain't true. Now I do got a friend works at the mall. He was supposed to get married and he got vaccinated. And the damn girl at the cookie company got pregnant. So that's fucked up. And that's the thing.
Hey.
I'm doing my own research right now.
What?
And I'm going to get to the bottom of it. But I have a feeling it's Joe Biden's fucking fault.
Well, he is messing up.
Yeah. Like a motherfucker.
Hey.
Wish we had Trump back.
What?
I'm kidding. Get vaccinated, fuck Trump.
Say it in a better way.
Get vaccinated, fuck Donald Trump.
All right. Just
in the face.
Hey! Thank y'all for still listening to us. If you still are, I'm still talking.
And I'm still talking. Both of us are talking here on the Red State Update Podcast, Part 2, sponsor time.
Part 2. I never thought it was like a Part 2, but it is. There's Part 1, and I guess the middle of the little song. There's Part 2. I sometimes think it's all one thing, but I guess it's 2 parts. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Well, hell, Jackie, if you think about it, it's 4 parts. 3 parts. I skipped one. There's 3 parts. Well, the 4th part is every night when I get on my knees and say a prayer to God and Jesus up in heaven, thanking them for still being able to talk to people out there and our fans, friends, fellowshippers. Just thank you. That's part 4. Part 3 is when we go over to patreon.com and we do 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap.
Yeah.
We've done 100 and something of them, 160 something.
And some people actually listen to them all, or I guess paid to, but like again, whether they listen to it or not, that's up to them. It's
your choice, folks. Yeah. It's not, and we ain't Biden in this shit. That's your choice.
Yeah. I'm not going to. But we appreciate the help because the contributions you give to us are helps us do this part 2. So essentially, we just try to do that extra for you. So you really paying for all of it. And if you don't want the extra, fine. Because some people find with that and say, I don't need no extra. This is good enough. Some people don't even probably listen to the part 1 or 2. I mean, only one part of all 3.
And we appreciate them too. We appreciate
each and every one of them. Yeah.
Folks, you go over there to patreon.com this week. What we done put up yesterday was earlier. We over on patreon.com, Red State Update / Red State Update. One of the Patreon, we listened to, we watched Hank Williams Jr. story, TV movie from 1983.
Technically, it wasn't us, but
it was watched over there.
Somebody watched. Go on, tell them what it is.
And then Wet Gold, which is also directed by the same person that directed the Hank Williams Jr. story, the same person that directed Smokey and the Bandit 3, the same person that directed most or all of the Gambler movies and most or all of the Coward of the County movies. Feller by the name of Mr. Dick Lowry directed this little picture with Burgess Meredith and Brooke Shields.
Yeah.
And Mr. Brian Kerwin called Wet Gold, 1984. That television movie was watched over on patreon.com / Red State Update. If you're interested in that, go on over there and give it a look-see. Mr. Dick Lowry, who I believe is still alive, who I believe is in Arkansas, although he might be in Oklahoma. But if he's in Arkansas, we have a lot of friends in Arkansas, and y'all need to go to his house and friendly.
Nice way about it.
Ask him how much of Smokey and the Bandit 3 Jackie Gleason actually filmed as Burt Reynolds. Because before, people used to say, oh, not that much, hardly any, probably none. And now it comes out these pictures and stuff. So now it seems like he could have done the whole damn thing for all I know. So I'd like to know that one day before I die or before Dick Lowry dies. Somebody needs to get on there and find out. The only other person I think of who might know is Paul Williams. And he's still alive too.
He's somewhere, yeah. Yeah,
I think it's his birthday today.
Oh, little Anish, little. What's his name? Big, yeah.
So happy birthday to him.
He's a singer too. He sings songs and stuff. Little
Muppets.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So that is wet gold.
It's over there. I did a lot of Dick Lowry, just those three things alone. There's hours and hours of questions somebody could ask you politely for us if if you're in the air. Do you think Jackie Gleason, Burt Reynolds, was any meaner than regular Burt Reynolds?
No. I mean, he was sadder, maybe, wanted to get away, have a drink, eat dinner, fall silent. That's Jackie Gleason, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, that's the difference, yeah. He went up there in years, yeah?
I think Dick Lowry's in Oklahoma, not in Arkansas. So,
Oklahoma listeners, yeah.
Who we know out in Oklahoma? Let us know. We'll try to find Dick Lowry for you. Oh wait, maybe this is another Dick Lowry. Folks, listen, we can't devote this time to tracking down Dick Lowry. He is in Arkansas or he is in Oklahoma. Yeah. He is an elderly, tall gentleman, and somebody needs to get to the bottom of this.
Before you go to his house, find out where it is and tell us where it is you're going first.
No, don't dox. This ain't no Nicki Minaj. Don't dox his address. You know what? Just forget it.
I just want to know where he lives.
Why do you need to know where he's a private citizen?
You're the one that brought it up, and you're the one telling people to go over there first. And I thought, well, that's a good idea if they do it politely. We can find out little information. Well, listen, all right, fine.
It's 2021. It's coronavirus. We don't need a bunch of people dropping by an elderly TV movie director's house.
Call him on the phone if you can get a phone number, something like that. Don't go over there. Do not go over there. Don't ever go over anybody's house that's 90 years old unless you're invited.
And even then, think twice about it. I mean, for your sake.
Yeah. But yeah, Wet Gold's over there. A couple. Yeah, you go over there and watch it with some. Yeah, you'll see what it is. If you give a damn, you'll go see what it is. That's all. I hope the people that did look at it, you enjoyed it. I didn't know about Wet Gold, but now I do. So I enjoyed it. I'll say that much.
It's sort of like a wet treasure of the Sierra Madre, somebody said, and that's with Brooke Shields. They left that part out.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate everybody that over there.
They did figure out, I think they figured out that Brooke Shields is the Humphrey Bogart part. Is that correct?
Who's Burgess Meredith? Oh, Burgess Meredith, Walter Houston, who's he is. Yeah. Okay, so, I see it now, yeah.
So there you go. I mean, we can't sell it any more than that. That's over $5 or more a month gets you Wet Gold, gets you the Hank Williams Jr. story, gets you 20 minutes of rambling nonsense, hundreds of episodes or 160-something episodes. Folks, go on over there, take a listen. Thank you kindly. We appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. And I'll tell you something else we appreciate it. We couldn't do it without all y'all. We can't do it without our local sponsors. That's right, local Murfreesboro sponsors. Murfreesboro, where Dunlap, myself, are born, raised from here. Been here all alive so far. Anyway.
So far.
Knock on wood.
You never know what tomorrow might bring. Somebody might kidnap you, Jackington.
Ain't nobody going to kidnap me, but I may be dead, but that still count for that. What if I died in my sleep? I still born and raised here, live here all my life. I don't see how that's going to change anytime soon, especially at my age. I ain't going nowhere. Hell.
Somebody drag you off to McMinnville. No. So you got to live here now.
No, ain't nobody going to do that. What the hell? I guess if I get up there in age where I don't know where the hell I'm at no more and somebody put me in a home, you put me one in Las Casas and I wouldn't know the difference, I guess. So, yeah, I'll take that back too. Whatever. Lot to look forward to get to be my age.
What is the difference?
Old folks home in Las Casas. What do you mean, what's the difference?
Between Las Casas and Murphy, like where's the line? It's just...
It would be the difference between the old folks home. I don't think you wouldn't get out much. They don't take you nowhere. I'm sure they're just as good both places. I don't know. Probably not now with COVID and everything, but you know.
Yeah, where they take? I just run all the old people down to Walmart and let them get out of the home for a little bit. What? Walmart's the worst one. They got a COVID line and a non-COVID line. I help anybody over here wants to get COVID. You won't get COVID and you pay with card, come on over here. I breathe on you extra hard. Come on, let's go.
No waiting and COVID in line 12.
So that's Walmart, our sponsor for this
sponsor,
week.
Murfreesboro. No. We have a lot of great sponsors over the years. Murfreesboro, Tennessee, right here. Always happy to talk about the town I was born and live in and love here in Tennessee. I want Tennessee to do better. I'm going to keep running Tennessee down, and it ain't because I'm, don't like it. I love it. And I want Tennessee to do better, and I'm going to keep saying, try to do better as long as this Lee is in office. It ain't going to get no better. Just expect more, rides around Nashville, drunk as hell, screaming at each other. That's what, and ICU ward filling up, Children's Hospital filling up. That's Tennessee right now. I wish they fix it. Anyhow,
you forgot, and the part where he goes and washes kids' feet and maskless kneels down and does a bunch of Bible shit to school kids with no mask on.
Well, yeah.
So that he can get that way when you do Bible shit, you can be real extra sanctimony. Now, I know people think we're sanctimonious on here about get vaccinated. Oh, Lord. But listen, let me tell you, we don't hold a candle to Tennessee Governor Bill Lee when he's on that Bible freedom, don't get vaccinated bullshit, even though he's also saying, well, no, I encourage everybody. Like, so you come to school, you watch these kids' feet, you ain't wearing a mask, none of your people's wearing a mask. What kind of signal does that send? Well, I encourage everybody to get vaccinated. I just don't believe in wearing a mask or telling people to get vaccinated. I also try to get kids sick as much as I can. Praise Jesus. I'm a businessman.
I'm a businessman. Yeah.
I didn't mean to hijack the thing.
No. That's it. Please do. By all means, if you're going to run down Bill Lee, please do it. Remember, you got here in the South, you have friends that have weapons, usually guns of different sorts, and we're just used to it. I'm not proud. People I know, friends and people I love have all automatic weapons. I don't think people necessarily have to have those, but you remember those, like a doormat that somebody had a bunch of guns to put down in front of the door. Said, if you thinking of breaking in this house, you better pray Jesus right now because you about to meet him soon. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
That every school needs to have one of them, I guess, except not the breaking in. If you go into class, So yeah, right. Do some scripture.
It seems like that's some kind of old joke, but for now, like, oh, they tried to outlaw prayer in school, but then somebody come in with the gun. It's terrible, folks. It's I don't even know how to. I don't even know. Like, part of me's like, this ain't funny. And then the other part of me is like, but I'm not laughing. And then the other part's like, I just heard myself laugh. And then the other part's like, but at what? The kid's getting shot. And then the other part's like, I guess, fuck, I don't know.
Hey, but yeah, you're confused about everything. It's a defense mechanism. That's what, people like say you can't do humor no more or whatnot. Because I'm trying to deal with it in a white man way and just having fun. But that don't work no more. But I do the same thing. Something awful happening, and I guess I won't die. Hey, I don't know what else to say.
I'm not laughing at the kids. It's like the whole situation. Nobody wants to help the kids getting shot. That's unbelievable. I mean, there's a difference between having friends with guns of different sizes, owning guns of different sizes, having guns, believing you have a right to own guns, and not wanting to keep kids from getting shot. It's not like there's two sides there. There's lots of steps in between, but we're acting like it's two sides.
It's one or the other. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. And
it's a mask on the face. Mask on the face. Ain't no that. No, it's either on or off.
Why is he touching kids' feet? I mean, you wash feet and did I miss something? Did I miss something on this story?
I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know.
You ever done a foot washing in the church, Jackie?
Me, no. I got baptized at the whole body, not just the foot.
Yeah, I don't like to make fun of other people's religion.
Whatever it is, yeah. I just say
I just think that if you're gonna, that's how I did the whole body. You just dunk you in there, and I didn't take. Obviously, I need to go back for a rewash. But to me, if you put sprinkle on a head or you do foot or something like, just do the whole thing. Dip yourself in the whole thing. That way, you don't have to worry if you missed a part. Like, what if you get up to heaven? Is it no? It was the elbow. Like, well, shit. But if you get dunked,
it's all.
You covered.
You're all clean, yeah. And your soul clean, your feet, all of you, yeah.
Unless you get up to heaven and they're like, I want to ask you something. This day when they dunked you, when you went to church, but then they dunked you, there was like a tub. What was that about? I thought that y'all came up with that. It's weird to change clothes in a church. I've done it several times.
Yeah.
But it never feels right.
Yeah, I like to keep the same clothes on the whole time. If I don't go as much as I should, but yeah, when I did go, I just kept my.
Well, I think we made some good points here today, Jackie. And lately, we do the news part, and then we get amped up. We're mad, and then we try to segue into our sponsor segments who pay the bills, and we're still mad. We got cuss Bill Lee for a little bit.
Yeah, it's nasty. Like I said, we love it. We love our home state, and wish he wasn't getting everybody sick there. So, yeah, what are you gonna do? And I'm a little conflicted today, even more so, Dunlap and listeners, because this is the first. Like I said, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, best sponsors. You're going to hear about all sorts of fascinating places to shop, eat, browse. You're going to hear about wonderful, wonderful products, all from right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. When we do a sponsorship, and this is going to be the very first time, and I hope, depending on how things go, I don't know, hopefully the very last time that my sponsor ain't from Murfreesboro. Technically, isn't Murfreesboro.
What?
Now, the place that I'm telling people to go to ain't in Murfreesboro, but the people I'm telling you to go see in the place that ain't in Murfreesboro, they from Murfreesboro.
Oh, so well, that don't sound. You shouldn't beat yourself
one hand wash the other than that one. I think clean, like soul and skin. They
like foot, like a kid's foot around Bill Lee.
Yes. So I think we're okay. I don't know who's Bill Lee and which one's a little person, little kid foot. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Y'all work that out. That's a higher pay grade than I get for doing this. But let me tell you, everybody knows the local drama around here anyway. And if you don't, I'll try to do my best to catch you up to speed. I may need a little help because I miss a piece or two. Not from listeners, just Dunlap if you want to chime in. But chime in to help, not make it worse, okay?
Fuck yeah.
If I don't attack it, belittle it, just say, help me. We should help each other with our sponsors. You got your sponsor. I want the best. Well, depending on what it is, you have a lot that ain't no good.
That's the only way we're going to get through this, Jack.
Well, we got to help each other and each other's sponsor, because that sponsorship, that $25 that you and I is taking, is helping us both out and helping our listeners out, because it helps us keep them talking. So help me out here if I need it. Don't hinder me and make it worse, all right?
I just dropped my phone.
Huh?
If you heard a big bump, I dropped my phone. I'm sorry, Jackie, what were you saying?
Just never mind. This weekend, Saturday night, if you ain't got no plans, I suggest just stay home. But I think this is on a pay-per-view thing, local pay-per-view thing. Don't know if it's in Murfreesboro, forgive me, but I think you can get on the computer and pay $1 or $2 and watch it. So stay home if you have to, but if you wear a mask and act right, it's up to you. Yes, that's you roll the dice. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna tell you what to do, what not. I ain't Joe Biden. I ain't your doctor. I'm just doing my sponsor. Saturday night. Now, this is in, not Murfreesboro, forgive me, Smyrna, Tennessee, suburb, Murfreesboro. Not too far away. You ain't got to go too far to get to Murfreesboro. You can back me up on that, Dunlap. It ain't much of a drive. It ain't like going all the way up to Nashville. It's just, a little ways. Some people go to Smyrna and they still think they're in Murfreesboro. They don't know the difference.
Some people go to Smyrna and wish they was in Murfreesboro.
It's true. But you going to be happier about right where you're at this Saturday night, no matter where you're coming from or going to, as long as you use at Scantlin's Getaway Hole Saturday night, 7 o'clock, 18 and over, there's Scantlin's Getaway Hole, beer, bar, food, and billiards, Smyrna, Tennessee. I think it's, from what I see, it's right off of Smyrna Square.
They got a square too?
Yeah.
Did they steal that from us? Or?
I don't think it ain't. At one time, I felt the same way you did. And one time I had to drive up there and went around the square and said, oh, this ain't nothing. You know what I mean? There wasn't nothing to get. It ain't worth getting worked up over, is all I'm saying.
Smyrna.
Well, like I said,
first try.
First time, hopefully last time, not in. But again, the reason, when you go there Saturday night, 18 over, beer, Scantlin's Getaway Hole, Smyrna, Tennessee, beer, bar, food, and billiards, you're going to see the one and only, believe it or not. We couldn't see them last week, and I know everybody wanted to. That's right, Bone Drip. Bone Drip is playing Saturday night, Scantlin's Getaway Hole, beer, bar, food, and billiards. Smyrna, Tennessee, it's on. They said, Jesus Skeleton, Mayor, don't want you there? Guess what? We'll take you in open arms. We're Smyrna. Come on over here. Now, they still a Murfreesboro band. Always will be. They just like Dunlap, myself, born, raised, been here forever. And there's a lot of them now. Because it was, there's Bone Drip.
Uh-huh.
And, of course, the other one.
The other one was, there's Dennis. Okay,
Dennis Drip.
Let's take
Bone
you back.
Drip Experience. Dennis Drip's Bone Drip Experience.
So there's Bone Drip, the longtime Murfreesboro band, been around forever. Then there was an altercation. There was a misunderstanding. There was a rift in Bone Drip, Drip rift.
That happens all the time in every kind of band. That ain't just exclusive to
That's true.
Murfreesboro. That's all bands have one of them at one time or another, unless you're Alabama. But most of them, yeah.
Alabama, no, the drummer quit, remember?
Oh, that's right.
We did a whole 20 extra minutes
on it. Well, they just had one person. Some of them have 8 or 9, but one of them left alive half the time. Rest of them dead on drugs. I feel like
we're about, and I ain't wishing this on nobody, but I feel like we've turned a corner with the Rolling Stones. And I mean, again, this is dark, and I ain't laughing. It ain't funny that nobody's died, but I feel like it's one of those things where, like, you eat a potato chip. Like, you're fine till you open the bag and you have one, and then they're all gone. I'm just saying, next few years, it's going to be an empty bag of potato chips up there on that Rolling Stone stage.
Well, that's yeah. That's nobody's fault. That's nature right there.
That's nature.
That's just nature. That's all. It ain't nobody's fault. I mean, maybe being up at that age, carrying on like an idiot like it, may have something to do with it. I don't know. I ain't going to say. But he was 80 years old, so he didn't do drugs or nothing. He just old, right?
I mean, there's nothing you could do. I mean, you don't want to tell Mick Jagger, hey, you know what? Now we're going to put you in a nursing home out Las Casas. You got to sit here, like read a magazine of old people poetry or whatever. He'd be like, hey, I don't like this. I want to be up there strutting around.
Well, yeah.
Like, he'd do it if you put him in the Las Casas nursing home. He ain't going to stop strutting around.
Well, yeah. You're right about that.
And you wouldn't want to do that to the Las Casas nursing home staff and employees.
That's true. Get in trouble for it. Probably lose TV or something, hours of dessert or something for acting that way. But not that I'm in the business of helping out the Rolling Stones or anybody, but I just mentioned earlier, You need someone, a spry 80-year-old, someone that's quick on his feet, got good rhythm, and that's Fauci right there.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's either great at the drums already.
Yeah.
Or you give him a weekend and just set him down there and say, I'll figure this out. Now, granted, we probably need his attention elsewhere.
Yeah. But I'm just talking about something fun for him to do away from this. He needs a little time off. Your life can't be going that great if you have to talk to Chris Cuomo more than twice a week.
No, he's starting to doubt some decisions right now.
Sure. He didn't know what came with the job. I was a scientist. I was going to be in the laboratory. I was going to be, wear my little lab coat and do my data, all that stuff. No, you're getting after it. With Cuomo, that's your job.
Fauching, not slouching. He's got to get out there and do more fouching and less getting after it.
Well, we get talking about that band. I forget the band I'm supposed to be talking about. It's Bone Drip. Now, they've been around not quite as long as the Rolling Stones, but close to it, wouldn't you say?
I'd say close to it. I'd say they long enough that the Rolling Stones, when you first started making jokes about Keith Richards dying.
Yeah.
Back that far.
That's a dead long ways. Yeah. They've been around. Ways. They've been around. And if you like Bone Drip, now's the time to see them. I'm telling you right now, if you're a Bone Drip fan, which they have a lot around here, hopefully they're going to pick up some more in Smyrna. I wish them the best. But now's the time you want to see them because there was a rift like you mentioned. Many bands have issues. This and that. They break up. One goes this way. Alabama drummer, the whole bit. Happens all the time. They had a situation like this. Dennis Drip had for whatever reasons, he was in a hospital coma, but still, I don't want to get into all of the specifics. But he couldn't be in Bone Drip anymore. He didn't want to be. They didn't want him. His name was named after him, Dennis Bone Drip. They took him to court. He took him to court, actually, I think. And he ended up losing. So he had to change his name to Dennis Drip from Bone Drip. The band kept it. But they put it past him like a lot of these folks do. They want to move on to get past these ugly, settlements or whatever you want to call it, legalities or all of it. It's all good now. So they have fused into one big Bone Drip. Dennis Drip's Bone Drip experience and the actual Bone Drip. Of course, they've been around so long, all the musicians in the Dennis Drip, Bone Drip experience, they had been in the other Bone Drip at one time or another, because they just, how that is, yeah.
Yeah, they have been fired or they quit to have kids.
Sure.
Stand in the hokey.
Yeah, you name it. You go down the list, there's lots of reasons, yeah. But, a Bone Drip can't sit around and wait for you to, deal with your personal problems. They got to keep on, trucking.
Dripping.
Yeah, dripping. Yeah, keep on dripping. So, yeah, now like all their bands together, so now all of them up there on stage, and it's a sight to see from what I hear. It's something else. They all up there, because it's what, 10, 15 people now, something like that?
You mean they got like two bass players?
Yeah.
Why do they need two bass players?
I mean, they both play the same thing. I don't know. But I guess it's just, now it's just the theatrics of it or whatever it is. Yeah.
They got two drummers, all them drums up there?
Yeah.
Okay, they afford two sets of drums. They just have two drummers sitting in the
They sit one play one half and the other one play.
Yeah. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of setting up.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah. But there's a bunch of them. They all know the songs back and forth because they played them all live. So it's just one of them things people enjoy. And they're going to be up there at Scanlon's Getaway Hole, beer, bar food, and billiards.
Have you heard who does the singing? Because Dennis Drip, formerly Dennis Bone Drip.
Yeah.
He was the singer. I mean, he was.
Oh, he sang all of them, yeah. But then when he started Dennis Drip, they got some guy sound just like him. Oh, it was one of them sound just like him. He'd been around him so long, he could, just mimic him.
So what do they do now? What happens?
Well, they harmonize. Guy? It's like, if you think he's pretty voice, put that on top of it, listen to it.
I like a pretty harmony.
I mean, some people can only do that when they make a record. You get to singing like well, you know how Hank Williams Jr. would sing with him and his daddy and put both voices on it, and then he'd take a third part, a fourth part, sing with himself.
Natalie Cole.
Yeah, her
Cole.
daddy singing like this. This now they ain't, one's older than the other, but like the other one ain't the daddy of the one.
I see.
But
it's like if you were your own daddy and you sang with yourself.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it took me a minute, but yeah, you're right. But it sounds good. You got two of them up there instead of one. Now harmonize, just more of it. Like I said, you like bone drip, you're getting twice as much.
I heard somebody had a trumpet. I didn't know they even had. They adding people now extra, I guess, because I didn't think there was a trumpet in bone drip or the Dennis Drip's bone drip experience. But
I think this fella auditioned to be in the experience. And they're like, well, come talk to us. You know, it just wasn't right. And now that they're all together, he said, call up that fella, you know, and he's up there too. So
they're like, well, what? How they splitting the door? Like, how they making any money with like this big a band?
I think right now they're really, and granted, here locally, they already have a name. You know, they do.
But in Smyrna, Jackie, nobody's going to know who Bone Drip is.
Well, that's why they're up there. They're trying to make a name for themselves.
Oh, I
see. You got to start somewhere. Sure, you can't make money at the gate doing that. Hell, you'd be paying twice as much just for the, you know, covering the beer that you're going to drink or the billiards you're going to play or bar food that you eat while you're there. It's getaway home. So right there and alone, there's probably going to be money coming out of their pocket. But they say it ain't about money. What it's about is just here's Bone Drip coming at the world in a whole new way, a bigger way. So it's like making your name for yourself, which you already have. And one time you got to do it. You know, you got to keep going. You just got to keep on going. You can't stop. Keep adding people to it. Keep getting your name out there. And that's what they're trying to do. And I know there's a lot of Murfreesborians that are pretty upset right now with Mayor Jesus Skeleton. And it's a whole big stuff that I honestly don't understand. I don't
get it either.
I don't understand what he got something against him or what it is, a name or whatever. He wants to have the bone drop, bringing it back. Years ago, used to on Halloween, they drop all the bones, all the youngins out there, some grown-ups too, get out there, you get the bones and you put it together, make a skeleton, then you the bone drop mega champion. Bone drop, bone drip does sound similar. I understand that, yeah. But there can only be one. It don't make no sense to me.
I mean, last week you said it. Just bring back Bone Drop, get a brand new crane. Get Bone Drip to play at the Bone Drop, bring it up, make it bigger. You're
making more people. Champion. Hell, you're going to have more people there just if the band shows up at this point.
And it's a big deal. You want people to come. If you're bringing back the Bone Drop, brand new crane, you want people to come to the Bone Drop. I remember when that kid got hurt by that bone, people thought, well, there ain't never going to be another Bone Drop. But Mayor Jesus' Skeleton's trying to bring it back, help Murfreesboro. Makes sense to me. But why would he exclude somebody who's only going to help it? That's the part I don't get. Halloween's coming up.
You get that brand new crane that I guess the city paid for. I'd want everybody far and wide to see it. I don't care if I'm upset with them or whatever, but it don't make no sense. There ain't no reason for them to be upset with them.
Have Bone Drop the bones. Bone Drip drop. It is a little confusing. I do get that part. It is a little confusing.
Okay, but you gonna spoil a good time to be had by the whole town just because you gonna mess up on a microphone and say something weird. It ain't worth it to me.
Well, Jackie,
it just ain't worth it.
I was trying to play it cool and keep it to myself, but I know the reason that Mayor Jesus' Skeleton is mad at Bone Drip.
What?
Drip. I know the reason why Mayor Jesus is. Jackie, I got a sponsor this week that I think you're really going to like. And let me start off by saying, before I get to the reason that Mayor Jesus' Skeleton is upset with Bone Drip, I know that people sometimes think that we make up these sponsors. I know that's crazy sounding, Jackie, but you know how everything's QAnon this, conspiracy theory that these days.
People,
Media, elites, Nancy Pelosi's refrigerator ice cream, they think, well, they ain't real. That ain't real. There ain't no clock shushers. Well, let me tell you something, friends. If you don't believe me, then do you think you might believe Rodgers and Hammerstein?
Oh.
Jackie, I was, as I do every September day, getting ready, or maybe it's already passed. Who can say?
Well, yeah,
but
nobody finalized that yet. But yeah,
one of my personal traditions for September Day is that I like to listen to the original motion picture soundtrack recording of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Oklahoma.
What?
And you know the song, Surrey with the Fringe on Top?
Oklahoma, the music thing.
Where the wind comes sweeping
down the place. Yeah, I know it. I know it.
In the song, Surrey with the Fringe on Top, the main cowboy man is singing to the lady cowboy, and he's saying, "This it gets quiet." You know how when you see a band and they go, it's like the Pixies basically doing Oklahoma.
Wow. And
he said, "Let's take it down." Shh. And it's like he's here. He goes, "Hush, you bird." You remember that? Because a lark just woke up in the meadow. Folks, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is a famous musical, Rodgers Hammerstein. Cowboys, Oklahoma, a lark woke up in the meadow. It's quiet. The song's "Hush, you bird." That's real. My babies are sleeping. Maybe got a dream worth of keeping. It's sweet. Whoa, you team. He talking to horses. Whoa, you team. And just keep a creeping at a slow clip, clop. Clop shushers.
What?
Don't you hurry with the Surrey with the fringe on the fucking top.
Hey.
Clop shushers, it was right there. They couldn't call it out. I'm assuming that the Cowboy or Rodgers or Hammerstein, one of them worked as a clop shusher, or their parents did, because this is 1950 or so. It's already, they're talking about the olden days. Everything's up to date in Kansas City. Nostalgia is dangerous. I look at old covers of TV Guide instead of forging a progressive path through decades old injustice, but still right there. So if you don't believe me, believe Oklahoma.
The song.
Oh yeah, clop shushers. Because clop shushers, they always tell people to shh. Clop shushers was their job. And then there was clop stoppers, which was the things you put on the horseshoe. And then there was clop toppers, which was when people didn't like being told to quiet their horseshoes, so they made their horseshoes louder. And then there was clop top stoppers, which made the horseshoe louder, softer. And then there was manure lure. Whole thing, clop shushers, Benjamin Cott, creepy old man, leprechaun voice. I've been there. The last few weeks, he trapped me in his basement. He told me I was looking for the last sponsor. The last sponsor, you cannot leave until
doing that voice again, that make a hair on my neck stand up, sound like a leprechaun. If you make sure that I ain't saying leprechaun real. I'm just saying make sure that it could be. Make sure it ain't. If it is real, make sure this man ain't that. The way you imitate him sound like a leprechaun.
But it turns out, folks, if you've been paying attention to this part, Jackie, I was scared too. And finally, I just up and asked him, because we've been growing closer. He was talking to me about his prostate. And he told me he wasn't a time-displaced coot or a spectral fiend who stepped out of a creepy old daguerreotype or a leprechaun. He was a leprechaun impersonator.
What?
Benjamin Cott is a part-time leprechaun impersonator.
Oh, dress up, like go
dress
to
up,
party and things, scare children or whatnot. Halloween.
For Halloween.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
and sometimes St. Patrick's Day. But he says he gets more call.
I tell you what, don't you ever hire him to come nowhere I'm at on Halloween, because I don't mess my overalls.
He had me fooled. He had me fooled. So him,
me, yeah. Woo. I just think about it. I just,
it's scary.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with him.
True. No, sir.
There is something about it, like you always say. I ain't saying that they're real, but if they were real, they'd be the scariest.
Not just if they were, out of all the things, ain't no Bigfoot, ain't no Loch Ness Monster, ain't none of it. You know what I mean? If you had to lay them all out there, like which one of these is really happening, most of us all bull. It's that one leprechaun thing. It's going to take me a few minutes to decide on that. Like, no, that ain't real. When I get to the leprechaun, I'm like, well, that's where I go. I'm not sure. That's all I'm saying.
You're doing your research.
Well, it goes back. That's a thing, generation. You know, in history. Go back, Ireland, all that. They supposedly did all sorts of stuff over there. Who knows? I'm just saying because a legend, thing like that, there could be. I ain't saying look out, go get one. Let's catch one. First off, that's the last thing you want to do. Let me tell you right now, that pot of gold stuff, it ain't worth it. I tell you right now, just from speculation and what I've seen, no, sir. But that's the only thing. Again, I ain't saying definitely. Don't know for sure. Never will. Hopefully, I never will know because I don't want to run across it. You like most people, like I won't get out there. I won't find that Bigfoot. I'm gonna prove it's real. I'm gonna show all of you me. No, I don't want to know. Hell no. I ain't going out there looking for trouble. No, sir. If it's real, it needs to stay out there and never let me know what it is. But no, sir. Leprechaun, I ain't nothing. Nothing to mess with.
I seen him in his outfit. I said, I got to take a picture of this, send it to Jackie.
Oh, you just saying that made me
scare you.
Shiver there.
He started just wearing the outfit around. I'm still living there. I kind of enjoy it, even though I'm free to go.
What do you living there?
I'm still living there in that room. It's better than the one I had with Granny, and damn bathroom's always clean.
You're living down there in a dark tunnel or whatever it is with a man dressed like a leprechaun. What's wrong with you?
It's not just me. It's like a fun boarding house of old men and women and one really strange child person.
You mentioned that, but yeah, okay.
Well, the baby, sure, but there's also Silent Abner.
Yeah.
Because there's Jerry Couch, who runs Meatball Cereal. There's Silly's, new sticks for old hoes and shovels.
Yeah.
Silly Beecham. Wrestling Snack Sacks, that's Myrtle Perch. Barrels full of soot water. That's the Pincher family. That's Paul, Ma Pincher, Ma Pincher, and Silent Abner. That's Silent Abner.
All right.
Scariest motherfucker down there.
All right. I don't know much about, but yeah.
So we're all down there. It's fun. It's like a boarding house. All these businesses were just running out of customers. They were either passed by because of COVID or terrible products, or time just marched on. There's no curse. There's no final sponsor. They keep, you got to find the last sponsor. That was all. They were trying to trick me into giving them $25 every week because at least it was a steady income that they could count on. An eternal sponsorship until I have a stroke. I mean, it is a creepy old cavern that connects to the network of sinkholes that goes to alternate Murfreesboros, but nothing nefarious, nothing supernatural, just old-fashioned desperation born of late capitalism. And
he dressed up like a leprechaun. He ain't a real leprechaun. He's an imitator.
Well, I mean, now that you mention it, I'm like, why are you dressing up? He said, this is my comfortable. This is when I'm most comfortable. I wasn't dressing up like a leprechaun when I was trying to fool you because I thought it was too far. But now that everything's on the up and up and we're all friends and we live here together like one big family, I can be who I want to be. And
I don't know about that.
I dress up like this leprechaun.
I don't know.
I said, that's going to make Jackie suspicious. He said, I don't live my life for Jackie. And then the baby
I didn't know who I was. What do you mean make him suspicious? How's it come he's saying my name?
I don't know. Every time I mention
I don't want no one dressed up like no leprechaun saying my name. No, sir.
Every time I mention you, go, Jackie Broyles, Jackie Broyles.
No, don't you making this up. It better not be true. Don't even say that to me. I want to hear right now.
So the baby, we were talking last week that it turns out that the woman who came in, that was Katie Cup. And she had a baby, just like people do. But she couldn't go to the hospital because she's Jesus' skeleton's niece.
What?
So all the old people whose businesses are failing felt sorry for her. They brought her in. She wasn't covered in blood. That was just the drop cloth Silly uses when he paints his hoe handles. And he wasn't dressed up as a nursemaid. He was just wearing his protective gear because they caught him in the middle of painting his handles. You know, a somber brick or a bright red.
Wow.
So Katie Cup is Jesus' skeleton's niece. And Jackie, this is why there's bad blood. Dennis Drip knocked up Katie Cup. Dennis Drip knocked up Katie Cup, and we got Baby Bone Drip Drop.
What?
Baby Bone Drip Drop. Last week, I was like, I didn't know if they said Baby Bone Drip or Baby Bone Drop. I don't know if they have a room where there's a bunch of instruments and then a bunch of bones, but it turns out the whole time they knew he was a drip and a drop, a Baby Bone Drip Drop. And the baby has the skeleton blood in him from Jesus' skeleton's family, and he built a whole bunch of instruments. He built a xylophone out of bones, and then on the side with the real xylophone, he could play that with bones. His baby is very advanced. Baby Bone Drip Drop he built a skeleton xylophone and play the real xylophone with bones. Do you understand what I'm saying? Baby Bone Drip Drop, he was playing. I said, well, we should teach him some Halloween songs. See, I got him playing You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. I said, well, that's a Christmas song. And she said, it's scary. He's mean. It's telling you how mean he is. It's a monster, a green monster, steal everything from you, come in your house. It's a Halloween song. So I said, I guess you're right. So Baby Bone Drip Drop can play You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch on the skeleton xylophone or the real xylophone. Scary as hell. Cute as a button.
What about say baby cute? You don't scare it unless it's like, roll. What is it? One of a scary baby. It's alive or something like that.
No, it ain't scary. It's a regular, just cute ass baby.
Well, yeah.
My friend. That baby's my friend.
I guess it's scary how talented it is, I guess, but playing all the instruments and whatnot. But that's just like what he the Beethoven, Mozart, all them classics. They was all little children and they couldn't hear on top of it and could play. Oh, they could play anything, yeah.
So Jesus Skeleton's mad. Mayor Jesus Skeleton is mad at Dennis Drip, who, by the way, had a DUI, knocked Katie up. Not a good person. I hope he's found some sort of.
This first time I'm hearing about this. I don't know. I don't know how to.
We gotta keep it between you and me.
Well,
but I do enjoy it. Like, it does feel like a nice family down there. Except I'm not crazy about Silent Abner, but everybody else, it's just fun. Mostly old people. A leprechaun, a Baby Bone Drip Drop, and the thing that we want is. Katie wants to try to repair things with Mayor Jesus' skeleton. She wants to, that's why we're trying to get Baby Bone Drip Drop to learn all these Halloween songs, and then he can perform at the Bone Drop and make Mayor Jesus' skeleton see that maybe it's time to let bygones be bygones. We're stronger together. Well, she doesn't want Dennis Drip to help raise this. She knows whatever happened with her and Dennis happened in the past. Dennis, very relieved. But Katie said, I don't need him as long as I've got this family of old, creepy old people down here in this terrifying hallway. And we try to make things. I read the Baby Bone Drip Drop, and I walk him around. Show him the different stalactites. We don't go all the way down to where it connects to the sinkholes that lead to the alternate Murfreesboros, but he knows something weird's down there. So what we're going to do, Jackie, I don't know how we're going to do it. We're going to get Bone Drip. We're going to get Mayor Jesus' skeleton. And we're going to get Baby Bone Drip Drop together. And we're going to have the best damn Halloween Murfreesboro's ever seen.
Well, look, whether you're trying to sell a new crane or whatever it is, trying to get, it's family is family. And Halloween is a holiday, and families should be together on holidays. If this is all true, all this information you telling me right now, it seems like that this whole situation solves itself with just a little bit of forgiveness and understanding.
And I think all we need to do is, I think you and I should talk to Mayor Jesus' skeleton.
Well, why me? I ain't in the middle of it.
Well, you're just somebody, I don't know, you're an old person.
I ain't never said but 2 or 3 words to him my entire life. Just when I saw him at one time. I don't know.
You have leadership skills, Jackie, that I don't think you're using.
Why?
And Benjamin Cott took off his leprechaun hat. He held it over his hat and he said, I have to get Jackie Broyle.
No, if he's going to be there, I sure as hell ain't going to have
it's you and me. We set up a meeting with Mayor Jesus Skeleton. It's you and me and Benjamin Cott. He's going to pick us up in his car, and then he's going to drive us out to the field. We're going to have a picnic lunch.
First off, I don't want to talk to any of these people being it's none of my business. I hope they work everything out. I ain't against anybody. Sound like it's some family business that they need to settle on their own. Me, first off, I ain't going nowhere. If I was going to talk to somebody, which I ain't, let me make that completely clear, it'd have to be on the computer like we do it now or something like that. Zoom is or whatever it is. I'll talk to somebody like that, but I ain't going. But I ain't going to with them because there ain't no point in it. There ain't no business hearing from me. I ain't got no advice to give none of them.
I'm going to set up a Zoom with you and Benjamin Cott.
Well, no, he's dressed up like a.
You guys need to touch base. I feel like he can give you some information on this.
I don't even like looking at some movies. Halloween's coming up. Sure, yeah, everybody likes to get a little spooky then. I can't even do it on Halloween. I ain't gonna sit and talk to a damn leprechaun on a computer. You think I'm crazy as hell? No, I ain't doing that. No offense, Mr. Cott, but I ain't talking to no damn impersonator, real one, whatever it is.
He's just an impersonator. He's just an impersonator.
I ain't taking no chances. He's telling me that. What do I know? If it's a real leprechaun, which I ain't saying there is, but if he was, he got all kind of powers to turn into a leprechaun impersonator or a pigeon or whatever else to do.
Why would a leprechaun turn into a leprechaun impersonator?
Who knows why that devious mind does any of that stuff? I don't know. Now, I've studied up on them a lot, and it's about trying to figure out a leprechaun is about the same as trying to figure out an anti-vaxxer. You can't fix crazy. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Yeah, but leprechauns is legend. That's what that thing has been around forever. Of course, if you're anti-vax, you probably be a legend, like these radio hosts. Oh, yeah, I remember him. He's dead.